Hello everyone, this is Wayman, and we are here to look at EURUSD, the analysis on EURUSD, and I'm going to be giving you insights on what to expect next week, what's been happening in the market, and hopefully you can capitalize on that and get some good trades. So, just so you know, this is the strategy. I trade SNR, right? I trade SNR, and with SNR, of course, storyline, yeah? This is what I trade. So if you're familiar with this is going to be, we're going to be speaking the same language, right? But if you're not, if you trade anything else, SMC, ICT, I don't know, supply and demand, the other SN, support and resistance, yeah, I'm sure this will also make sense to you. Now, what I'm going to look at, since this is going to be an analysis to give you a weekly bias, a weekly direction, I'm going to focus on the higher time frames, okay? So we know from down here, the pair has been buying for weeks, months, okay, for months, breaking countless levels in here, breaking countless levels, just going up. So what you need to know is what is the overall market bias, because I will tell you, this bullish run, for it to change, for it to change into a bearish run, it's going to take a lot of work. Trust me, it's going to take a lot of work. So what can you do as a trader, right? As a trader, you can make use of the bullish run, because we have this thing, you want to wait for a trade to reach a level. Actually, most times you want to counter trades. What do I mean? You want the market to reach a certain level, a certain zone, and then you sell. If it has been buying, you want it to reach there and you look for sells. If it has been selling, you want it to reach a certain level zone and you start buying, right? So this is, it's not the best you can do, yeah? What you can do is take advantage of what the market is giving you right now. And as you can see, the market is buying, right? Buys with small retracements, This is on the weekly time frame. Now, even if you looked at monthly, yes, we have some key levels up here. I marked these levels. I was trying to do, I think, my analysis back then. We have these levels. The blue ones are monthly levels. We have this this support that became resistance, because this gap, the gap between these two candlesticks, left a level which is support, but it was broken, so it became resistance. And then we have this level up. The blue ones are monthly levels, and when you come to weekly, we have the green ones, okay? Actually, all these blue levels coincide with weekly levels, the monthly levels, except this one up. And then we have this green down, which is a weekly level too. So let's go to this part. We know the market is buying, right? We know it's buying. I'm not going to encourage you to wait for the market to reach there and you look for a trade. No. What are we going to do about the buys? That's a question. So we are on the weekly, and from the weekly we cannot see much. Actually, with what the weekly has, all you have to do is wait for it to reach there and then drop to H4, look for shift in structure, and then look for sells, if at all there's a shift. But it's still buying. Now let's go to the daily storyline and see. Of course, also on the daily, everything is buying. Trust me, if the monthly storyline is bullish, of course, most times the weekly and daily will also tend to be bullish. Not all times. There are times when, for example, if you looked here, Where? Let me give you a good example. I don't want to go far. But let me see. Look at this. Okay, look at this. At this point, the overall, even monthly, was bullish. But what happens is, even if we were to take this gap, this gap between these two candlesticks, if you're to look at this level, the market comes, touches, okay, and starts selling until this level. And at this point, we have a bearish storyline. This is a selling storyline up to here. Yet the overall storyline on monthly and weekly is bullish, okay? So sometimes the daily will have its own say, right? That is exactly what's happening here. We have a bearish move downwards till this gap, this level, right? Okay. If you learn SNR, you'll know there are different types of SNR. Okay, we have the classic, we have the gap, we have the head and shoulder. There are many, but this is a gap in between two candlesticks. So it was touched and it wasn't broken. This gap was broken between this candlestick and this one. It was broken, as you can see, clean by this red candlestick, which came into this and then went up. So when trading SNR, we know that a candlestick not closing, a candlestick failing to break a level doesn't necessarily mean a change of direction. Okay, for example, this candlestick, this red one, it has touched and gone up. So you might think, oh, we are going to start buying from here. No. Look at what happened here. Don't you see? The first red candlestick didn't break this gap but continued selling. So we are going to go into the control time frame and we understand what's happening here. Okay? Remember, to confirm a change of direction, we need a clean change in market direction. By that I mean this. If you have this level, that a low that created a high and then created a low, for you to consider it a change of direction, you need the previous high to be taken out. Vice versa, if it's in a sell direction, you need that low to be taken out. And then you can look for trades down here. So we are going down into the control time frame of the daily, which is H1, and then we see if we actually have a change of direction. So here we are on H1, and this is where we touched from. Okay, we touched from here. This is where we touched our daily level. This is the daily level, this green line. So which high, where is the previous high? If you're to consider the previous high, it would be this. But in SNR, even these gaps are levels you can work with. Okay, so I'm going to take, before we even go to the next high, I'll consider the next immediate gap, which is this one, right? Even if it's unfresh, we have we can consider two touches because it was touched here. Was that gap broken? Was it? Because look at what the market did. It came, touched, fine. There is now that gap, which is the next high level. It created another high here. Are you seeing? Right here. And then came down, created this low, and then came and broke this high, but failed to break the valid high for us to confirm change of direction. And guess what happens? When it came back to this point, to this solid gap, it comes and gives a sweet change of direction on H1, because we have a break here. This gap is broken. It's broken. So meaning our trading level would be this one up here. This would be our trading level. And if you look to your right, we have a touch and the sales started. Okay, from here, that touch, the sales are moving downwards. That is before the week closed. You know, the start of a week comes with its own things. But now this level is no longer fresh for us to consider it breaking and maybe looking for buys. Would have to opt for other levels up here. So for now, the market is still selling. I won't lie to you. What would expect, what you should be looking out for now, we have this low, this level down here, okay, and then the next one up here. Look out for this one. So you have two case scenarios, okay? The first one is this. Always remember, our direction is in the bullish side, so you want to look for trades in that direction. So tomorrow, if the market opens, you can work with two moves like this. The market comes, breaks this low. Listen to me carefully. Breaking, not touching, breaking it, and then giving you this change of direction, breaking another level to the buy side. And then there you can consider this level for buys, right? The other case scenario is this. This market opens tomorrow, dances around here, goes up, breaks that other key level, this one, and then you can look for your buys there. So either way, these are the two case scenarios you can work with for your USD. Just get your 1 to 4, or I'll do a 10 pip stop loss. That is for Euro USD. That's what I work with. I would take 10 pip stop loss and target 40. Okay, target 40 pips in either cases. In either of the cases. So this is what you should be looking out for next week. And your take profit, this is just a trade, okay? But if this trade is to work out, if it's to give you this confirmation, your exit point should be the next daily, because this is a trade from the daily. So your next TP should be here. It should be, God, this is now so stuffed, okay? But your next TP should be the next daily high right here. Actually, our TP goes exactly close to that. And then let the market go, and then find some other setup, okay? But for now, I believe the weekly bias on Euro USD is bullish until maybe we get to these levels, these key levels, and watch what the market does. So look for those buys and make use of them. Yeah. Have a nice weekend. See you guys soon.